Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy. Are we going on with the Flintstones version?
You can.
When they stole the piano for
Well,
wellness.
That was also in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Shoved it.
Wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
By the way, Brady, I hate to correct you right off the bat, but I think you mean Flintstones. You said Flintstones.
I didn't say that?
No.
Hey, he did say Flintstones.
He did?
He did.
Okay. Then I stand
I demand
corrected.
an apology.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go on
We'll have to
Oprah
go
with Meghan Markle.
have to go with the replay. I thought you said Flintstones.
I would never say such a thing.
Blasphemy.
Blaspheme.
Heresy.
All right, what am I doing here? I've got us misnamed. Still got us misnamed.
I will go by El Conquistador.
Oh, let's do this. There we
There
go.
you go.
All right, welcome to episode 51 of the Play It By Ear podcast, which also is our 1 year anniversary. Yes, we started this whole thing right before the world shut down. So our show is just about as old as American COVID.
Yes.
I don't know what that says for us, but
You're as old as American COVID. That sounds like a playground insult from the 50s. I don't know why it just does.
13 people in the room. Chime in, please. Please check in. STD, since it's episode 51, wants to talk about Area 51. I don't know. Supposedly some aliens up at Right Pat, just up the road here.
Joseph, I had recess duty today, so I would say that my playground was Area 51. You could see all the alien behavior that you wish.
Indeed. Joe Pilger in the house. Whoa, man. Yeah. Well, axe murder humor. Mrs. Wilson.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Again, if you're here, chime in. We'd love to hear from you. Again, this is episode 51 of the Play It By Ear podcast, and you might notice something maybe. I don't know. See, I had to put that other thing up, and then the other thing disappeared. So now I got to go find the other thing.
You got to drop the thing to bring the thing in.
There's the thing right there.
Ladies and
I can do it
gentlemen.
right.
Yes. Our new logo, which we have decided to unveil in our 1 year anniversary. Now, as far as who those heads belong to, I don't know that we've ever really determined that.
They're interchangeable.
Yes.
By the way, the new logo, courtesy of Play It By Ear listener, Mr. John Whitney, very talented.
Thank you, John.
Just one night he happened to say that this is kind of what he thought about when he thought about our podcast, and he was able to incorporate the original ear and play icon into it. But very, very cool. We are very happy with it. So thank you, John, and hope everybody likes it out there.
Thank you, John.
Yes. And we could probably give you some information if you're looking for. He does some different things. So maybe at some point we can give him a shout out for some of the different things he's involved in there. So certainly design is one of his talents, as you can see. And again, like Todd said, we're very happy with it. So
He eats a mean can of potted meat too.
what more talent do you need in the world?
Hey, in case you find yourself wondering, who is Johnny? We will tell you soon.
Yes. All right. So now like I said, I had to do a switcheroo and change her upper and had to obscure our website. Visit our website, www.playitbyearpodcast.com. And you can find everything you want to know about our show and all those things we talk about here. We'll get into some of those here in a moment. But all the things that have evolved over the course of 300. Actually, I think it's 364 days today. I think our actual 1 year anniversary is tomorrow, but at any rate, close to
Broadcast anniversary, sort of.
Yes.
So, yeah, all those things that have evolved over the course of this year are there on the website, and you can give that a look. And yeah, there's our merch that we sold, and we're gonna get some new merch with the
new merch.
Well, I saw that Joe asked about new merch, and then Blake Kibler said, "Congrats, guys! This podcast introduced me into podcasts." So very cool that's we're responsible for that. And he says, "I also have your shirt with the OG logo." So we thank everybody for buying the OG logo shirt, and yeah, hopefully we can get.
So on year 10. We could put that on eBay because it'll be a special edition. It's going to be the original.
Yeah.
So yeah, old OG. Is he calling us old? That's what he's calling us. I mean,
No.
I'm kind of old, I think. But,
original, right?
Original.
Yeah, original gangster. Now, if you want to be an old gangster, you go ahead, Eric. We'll be original.
Yeah.
We'll be over here being original.
Well, the old gangsters are the really rich ones. So
That's
why not?
true.
That rules us out.
Fact. All right. If you don't know how the show works, if this is your first foray into Play It By Ear podcast over the course of this year, we do 3 topics. Each of us bring a topic to the table. We've not previously discussed said topic, and we talk about said topic for 20 minutes or thereabouts.
Ish.
And yeah, ish. Definitely an ish. I don't know that have we ever, since we've implicated, that was the wrong word, instituted the 20-minute clock, have we ever stayed within those confines?
I don't think so.
I'll go one farther. There's never even been a time where we've remotely sniffed that air of, oh my gosh, are we going to get it across the finish line? So we've never been short on words. So it just usually actually we're long on words, and we continue on. 20 minutes is a suggestion. It's a little bit of self-discipline that we don't adhere to too much.
Yes.
That is a fact. All right. So we are in order on the screen as to how our topics will appear in the show. Tonight, I am opening us up. So I will do so with a topic, one of our favorites here that we tend to do upon occasion. If I can get my hypothetical crap in a row here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Would you rather?
Classic.
All right.
Fear.
So as
and
always,
longing.
we invite the audience to chime in on the would you rather, and I will pose the questions to my co-hosts, and audience, you can tell them whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent. And your opinions always matter here. Matter of fact, your opinions matter probably more than ours. So with that, we will do our first would you rather. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
would you rather? We'll start out with a somewhat easy one. Would you rather be called weird or rude?
Having been called both, I here's the thing. I don't truly believe I'm rude. I mean, everybody I think is rude. I think being rude as a character trait and just occasionally acting in a rude manner are two different things. Character traits do not equal, or I should say, character traits will be consistent over time. I don't believe I'm rude, but I am weird. But I think weird is a compliment, so I don't find that offensive at all to be called weird. So I would rather be called weird than rude.
Totally stole my thunder, Todd. I think I've tried to be polite over my life probably to the nth degree. But being called weird, I prefer quirky. Yeah. I mean, we weren't the weird. We weren't the kids that was like talking to a stick, screaming, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?" We weren't weird like that, but we were quirky, and we have quirky senses of humor, and lots of interests that some people might think weird.
Hence the show.
Hence the show. Exactly. You're seeing our weirdness. Please refer back to our episodes on phobias and bucket of queeze, and there's all kinds of things.
What to do when you have an accident in your underbritches.
You
And you had-
transport said accident in your hat. Out to
While
the
going
woods.
through Atlanta.
I still can't believe I talked about that on an episode.
There are no things that are off limits.
And I'm pretty sure when I was on vacation last
Most
summer,
things aren't.
I'm pretty sure when I was on vacation last summer, you guys brought that up again in the best of episode. I'm fairly certain that you guys did.
Absolutely, and it was well warranted.
Yeah.
All right.
No shame in my game.
So, audience, would you rather be called weird or rude? Joey, weird because people call me that literally all the time. I throw some old milk at them from my Vespa when they speak.
How does a Vespa do in this lake effect snow, Joseph? I can't imagine that would go well.
You know what I think of when I hear Vespa? I think of Spaceballs.
Yes, Princess Vespa.
Princess
Yes.
Vespa. Miss Wilson, weird is the new unique.
I agree.
I agree.
Blake would rather be called weird as well.
Blake, you're a good kind of weird, brother. Blake's
Yes.
a good kind of weird.
As for me, I don't know. I'm kind of like Todd. I guess I've been called both, maybe. Probably more so weird than rude, I think. Of course, I don't know that people generally call you rude to your face. So.
I mean, if you accidentally burp at the buffet in public and you didn't mean to, it's like, oh, how rude. It's like, oh, whoops, out, But, if you knock over an 85-year-old little old lady trying to get a piece of gum at the parade when they're throwing it out, you might be rude.
Well, now hang on a minute here. Let's further explore this 85-year-old lady. I mean, who is it?
Who isn't an 85-year-old lady?
No, I'm saying who is? I mean, doesn't it depend on the 85-year-old lady?
Well, I've just seen some pretty reprehensible behavior at parades where some older folks who weren't even involved in trying to get the confectionaries thrown from the float. They just happened to be collateral damage of crossfire, and it looked like the running of the bulls in Spain where this little old lady was, had hoof prints on her back, basically.
Because in all honesty, if we're being completely transparent here, I've met quite a few 85-year-old ladies and men who are pretty rude.
Yes.
But they've earned it.
They've earned their rude stripes.
They have earned their rudeness, yes.
Get off my lawn, whippersnapper. That kind of deal.
Yelling at clouds. Joe says skinning meringue is both weird and rude.
Pie
Gotta
skinner.
skin
It's
her
been
back.
a while.
You gotta skin her back.
For our
All right.
newbies, Todd skins the meringue from his pie because he does not like meringue, and hence we started the terminology pie skinner.
Yeah,
So
I am forever a pie skinner. It's nothing but I don't know. It's a bale of snake spit on top of a piece of good pie is what it is.
I thought the original term was devil spit.
It is. Snakes, devil.
Same difference.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather? Now, here's a philosophical. Would you rather die 10 years before your time, but be allowed to haunt those that hurt you and your family, or die on time and be an angel that can help everyone but your family?
Oh.
Okay.
So let me run down that again for the audience. Would you rather die 10 years before your time, but be allowed to haunt those that hurt you and your family, or die on time and be an angel that can help everyone but your family?
Brady, I took the last one first. Go ahead, bud.
Okay. Got an easy answer for this one. This is flowing out of me like, where the salmon of Capistrano and the beer flows like wine. So it's flowing from me. Here it goes. I want to be the angelic one and not haunt. Now, because here's my line of thinking. If I can't directly help my family, I'm up there with a host of angels. I could say, hey, Jebediah, can you help my family out there a little bit and angel up? And I figured they would help me. So I'm going to have friends. And yeah, I'm just saying that would have it covered.
Is the angel named Jebediah?
It sounded like an angel name.
Brady's angel buddy could be named whatever he wants it to be named.
Sure.
I'm going the opposite. I'm gonna go. I would rather haunt the people who hurt me and my family, because I feel like with the second option, Brady's option, you can only accomplish one thing, one half of that equation. I feel like if I can haunt, I can actually take care of both of those.
Ooh, so you're kind of doing the loophole.
I'm doing the loophole. I can haunt, which would feel good to me to get my revenge. I could haunt the people who hurt me and my family, which would be doing good for my family. And possibly, because it's not realistic that the people only hurt you and your family. Chances are they hurt other people too. So by haunting them, you're actually helping others. That's my loophole.
Wow.
That's deep right there.
That is deep. That is very
And
deep.
I'm spent. Don't count on me for anything the rest of the night.
Oh, I'm spent. Spent.
Oh, the audience chimes in with some good thoughts of their own here. Well, first of all, Joe says Todd's the OG pie skinner.
I need a shirt that says OG Pie Skinner. That would be awesome.
You do.
Maybe that's part of the merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG pie skinner with our logo on it. Mrs. Wilson Brady, we have friends in high places. Wifey is with you. Hello, Wifey. Regina Smith. I don't think Regina's been in our comments before. Welcome. She's with Brady, friends in high places. Now, Jim is philosophical as well. Or help someone on earth that can help your family.
That's kind of along the same lines I was thinking.
Yeah.
But a little bit different. Yeah.
Like, now, do they know? Or are you just doing angelic protections, which therefore leads to the butterfly effect of them helping your family? Or do you like, help my family? Ooh, which is why I won't haunt, because I sound like that.
I was going to say, you sound like
there is the specter in my home, and he sounds like Tiny Tim.
One of the Brady boys going through the change.
When it's time to change, you got to rearrange.
Range.
Joey says, this question freaks me out because 90-year-old me is not going to have as good a jawline. Probably not.
Never say never, Joey.
So then the question is, Joey, would 90 years old be your time, or would that be before?
I was going to ask that, Eric. I mean, how could it be 10 years before your time? I'm guessing when you go, it's your time. So before your
one knows your
average
time.
age, before your average,
And that one who knows is setting the game at 10 years before that. Like him and the game makers got a little pact.
Gotcha.
Or is it like that question to the guy on death row? I don't want a last meal. Well, by extension, then your last meal that you have is your last meal.
Yes.
Miss Wilson, I would go with Brady and let the big guy deal with the evildoers. Let
baddies
sort them out. Okay. Next question. Would you rather walk around? Brady, this is a good one for you. Would you rather walk around with bare feet and no shoes for a year, or wear clown makeup every day for a year?
Todd, go ahead.
That's easy for me. I can't stand my bare feet to touch hardly any surfaces come in contact with my bare feet, and so I'm going with clown makeup.
So, Mr. Griffin, here is your interview for Senate.
You cannot. Here's the thing: you cannot be at your most efficient barefooted. So, if you could give up a year of being efficient in anything, then you could pick the barefoot one. But I have soft ass feet, and
is that soft?
I can't walk on grass. It hurts me. I can feel blades of grass just cutting into my
like razors.
Yes.
Yes. That is the question. Do you have Soft ass feet
So
or soft ass feet?
Ranger Dave and his no, I mean, I've built up. My hands are calloused from guitar for years and years and years, but my feet have never built up any calluses. I have the feet I was born with.
All I can think of is Ranger Dan and his large canine Richard.
Could have taken it, although. Or Ranger Dave and his large canine Richard.
Oh, we got Eric to snort. Somebody just snorted.
Snort.
Oh,
No, but the only thing that would make this worse is if your other choice was to wear flip flops or sandals for a year.
Yeah.
That would be even worse. But yeah, clown makeup easily for me. Go ahead, Brady. I know what I hope you pick, Brady.
What do you hope I pick? The barefoot?
No, God no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I had to pick clown makeup because not that anybody wants to hear my troubles, but since the foot rebuild, it is very painful for me to go barefooted for that reason, where they did the nerve ending, all that kind of stuff. And when I walk barefooted, it literally feels like I'm walking on dry ice and needles. So that is unpleasant. So clown makeup for me.
That reminds me of that picture you sent of your foot to Eric and I whenever it was, and it looked like your foot had been
my zombie foot
frozen in. Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, that was pretty horrific. I mean, I about had a panic attack looking at it. It was just all blue from post surgery, it was dry in a cast, and it looked like I had Evil Dead foot, and it was as scary as heck. I could maybe put that on the website later, and you could be the judge.
Man, put a disclaimer, a warning.
Yes, you're not
a black
bar.
Not
responsible for your therapy bills.
Something. My gosh! If you want to see the picture we're talking about of Brady's foot, do two things: subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then email us or message us, and we'll send it to you. Little bribery.
Subscribe to the email list. And I'll put it in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
I have one better. If we get 30 new subscriptions to the newsletter,
you'll show your foot.
I'll show my my zombie foot picture.
Yeah. Well, did I say email? What did I say? I meant YouTube channel. Is that what I meant to say?
You said
that.
YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Good. Okay.
That too.
So. And the amazing thing is Brady talks about a rebuilt foot, and when you see the picture of this, that is the rebuilt foot.
Yeah. Hey, my foot modeling days are done, I admit.
Your foot modeling days were done when you came out the womb.
See, I bet you walked barefoot too much, Brady.
There is some truth to that, yes. That is true.
All right. So Regina says clown makeup. Joey with a loquacious answer, as always, says if he has a team to put his clown makeup on, then yes. If he has to do it himself, then he would do the barefoot thing. But it certainly would hurt after a while, especially in the winter.
Can I throw in a somewhat amusing anecdote that should get this people thinking? Where my family went on vacation in Florida in St. Augustine, they had an amazing pool there. It was a beautiful pool, but around the deck of the pool, they had small cobblestone. Now it wasn't wide cobblestone; it was small, like driveway size gravel cobblestone. And I think the whole purpose of it was for a speed bump because it hurt like heck, and plus it was 1,000 degrees in the Florida sun, so you were getting hot, burned feet, and impaled feet, and that was the most miserable barefoot experience ever.
See, there's nothing that queases me out more thinking about my toe knuckles rubbing across concrete.
Like the top of them?
Yeah, you ever drag your foot accidentally across concrete? I've done it. I don't know why I've done it or how I've done it, but it's happened. And gosh, that is not.
It hurts.
That is not pleasant friction right there between
a bit sensitive.
Yeah.
All right. Other comments. Wifey says she'd go barefoot. Her feet are a hot mess anyway, and that is a fact. She is one of those people that could take a match and just take it across her heel and light the match. Speaking of callous,
She's good during a camp and survival
laying
situation.
in bed, and
off her
she draws blood when her foot comes near me. It's like, take a sandpaper to that, honey. Deal with those callus. Now, Joey wants to picture Brady's foot now.
I'm afraid people might be eating.
Well, yeah, exactly. We want to keep our people in the room here. All right. Next question. Would you rather live in the fantasy world of Lord of the Rings as a hobbit, or live in an unknown world of Star Wars as a Jedi who must fight?
Ooh.
I know what Brady would say this, I think, but Todd, I think you may be where I am on this.
I don't. I think neither one of us feel very strongly about it, Eric. Either choice. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. I am more of a Star Wars fan than a Lord of the Rings fan. So yeah, I would rather be a Jedi. Do I get to be a Jedi? I can't remember. Did you say be a Jedi, or I gotta fight Jedi?
As a Jedi who must fight.
Okay. Yeah. If I was a Jedi, I would want to fight. Probably wouldn't be a very good Jedi then, because that's probably the wrong mindset. But
oh yeah, and I'm 100% by that. Jedis could do cool things. Get your lightsaber. You could levitate things. Fight Darth Maul or Darth Paul, whoever you come up against. But the Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of vile and dangerous critters, and I don't know, man. I just wouldn't want to be like a hobbit. I wouldn't want the pointy ears.
I'm going to be honest with you. This carries into this bleeds back into the last question. Hobbits run around barefoot. I'm not being no hobbit.
That's true. I probably would choose Lord of the Rings mainly because Styx has a song named Lord of the Rings. That's all I really care.
That's all you got?
You just walk around singing that song?
All hands of the Lord of the Ring.
We'll change her name to Eric Frodo.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. I see her.
Thanks, Miss.
I see her comment. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I see it.
Yeah. Other comments here. Joey, Star Wars 100% of the time. We have Wifey says, Hobbit, I do not like to fight. She is all about everyone getting along. Joey also says, I'd be the bartender at Mos Eisley Cantina or lower than before being sucked into the boring ass world.
Does it get lower than the cantina?
Plus, I need to remain tall.
Well, my whole thing is like, remember in Clerks 2 when he's like, man, that movie was boring. Even the trees walked. It was all walk. But, I just think there's vehicles that go fast. There are lots of exciting things in Star Wars. Man, I was not born to stay in the Shire. That is not me.
Yeah.
Jim says Jedi because I could move things with my mind.
That's right.
Jedi mind tricks.
Telekinesis.
Ms. Wilson, Todd wouldn't want to be a hobbit with hairy bare feet.
No.
Indeed. Yes, Wifey changes her answer. She was thinking of the wrong movie.
She changes her answer.
And Miss Wilson would be a hobbit, of course. Think of all the meals you get to eat.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
Our 20 minutes went off, but we'll go on.
That was fast.
We'll do another one. Would you rather?
Do it.
You rather? And I assume people would know both of these. Obviously, one would be visible, but one would be visible as well, I assume, in the question. So would you rather wet your pants or vomit on your shoes in public? Both in public. Would you rather wet your pants in public or vomit on your shoes in public?
Oh, that all happened this year. I'm kidding. I soiled myself, Brooks.
Is it my turn, Brady, or your turn to go first? I think I went first. You should. Oh, okay. Well, mine's quick.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think mine would be. Oh man. I think I'm going to go with vomit because even though it's gross, it's temporarily gross, and people know that you just might be sick or have the stomach flu or something like that. But if you wet yourself, they might assume that you're impaired or something's wrong with you, or that you've been watching this podcast and laughing. A guy can dream, right? So we can give you
Indeed.
some. So anyway, but yeah, I'm going to definitely go vomit, even though it's grosser and more violent. The stigma is not as bad.
I can see that. I am at my most powerful when I am fighting off vomiting. I fight it. I fight it with every ounce of my being. I typically win. I would put my fighting off vomit skills up against anyone's. I absolutely hate throwing up. I rarely do it. I will lay there for days in absolute misery before I make myself. Some people just when they get to feeling sick, they'll kind of make themselves.
Let it go.
Master Pie Skinner and Vomit Fighter.
Yeah, Pie Skinner Vomit Fight. I really am. I'm not exaggerating. There's no embellishment there. I fight it hard, and so I would never ever choose. I'll pee my pants all day long. Pee my pants all day long before I would vomit. It has nothing to do with on my shoes. That part, the question could have been, would you rather vomit in an isolated toilet in the middle of nowhere with no one around and nobody could hear you or see you, or pee your pants in front of the entire world? And I would choose pee my pants.
Oh, really?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. You can always explain it. I can explain it.
Like
James says pee already, Todd. How do you know I didn't, James? You can't see from the table down.
All right, Rupert. May I go?
Yeah, I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Thank you.
Another great movie.
I tell you what, though, in all seriousness, we've all had to. Well, I don't know if Brady has, but I know Eric and I have been holding it in for like the last podcast category, and you could see it on our faces that we are about to burst. And literally, as soon as the live ends, we run out and go. But I'm thinking about putting a kettle under me or something.
I think one week, Todd, you kept talking because you knew I had to go.
Yes. Yeah. Because it had happened to me a couple times, and then I'd never seen it happen to you. But when I caught on, I'm like, oh, I gotta milk this for all it's worth.
Oh man,
Need a big gulp cup under my desk.
Indeed. Welcome, Allison. Allison just laughs. That's good. That's what we
good.
want you to do.
That's what we want.
Wendy, quote Big Daddy: "If you don't wet your pants, you're not cool."
That's right.
We've already determined I'm a nerd, so.
Jim did ask Todd to pee already.
I didn't mean to. Now that I can see the comments, I didn't mean to get out of your jump ahead of you there, Eric. But I can see him now. So, but
I'm trying to do this whole thing here. That's okay. It's fine.
I figured you could use a little help in case you miss any.
Miss Wilson, the problem with vomiting in public is it tends to have a domino effect. Yes, like the movie Stand By Me, the guy at the pie eating contest.
Pie.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. How did you enunciate that title of that movie? How did you
How did you just say that, Eric?
He said
Stand By Me.
Say it one more time.
Stand By Me.
He said "Stand by me" the first time he said it, and I think the second time too.
I think we've already determined that your hearing is off.
Brady and I both heard it though the first time.
Yeah.
You said "Stand by me."
You said "Stand by me."
Yeah, you emphasized
you
emphasized the by part. Peanut butter cookie, peanut butter cookie, peanut butter cookie.
White snake, white snake,
snake.
White snake. All right.
Stand by me.
Okay, final one, and we'll end up on a philosophical note. Would you rather be an experimental patient for cryogenics or for human cloning?
Got it.
Because I care about everybody, I'm going human cloning.
like everyone wants one more than one of you.
That's right. I'm
Kneel
doing
before
doing it for the
Todd.
people. Doing it for the people.
Nicely done, Brett. Kneel before Todd.
Todd's.
Todd's.
I'm going to go cryogenics because here's why. If I get cloned, once the original me is gone, the facsimile me is going to live. But if I go cryogenic, it's like, okay, if they pull this off, when they unfreeze me, I'm back in business, baby. So I'm going to go cryogenics.
See,
I don't want my
figured
head removed, though. It has to be the whole me.
So I figure you might go cloning and they could tweak that whatever DNA is that messed up your feet.
I'm hoping if I'm cryogenically frozen, they'll just give me a milkshake and it'll go back to normal in 3,000 years.
All right, Joey, if we're talking Austin Powers style frozen where the original me can be frozen into the future, I'm going with that one. I'm not sure the world can deal with clones of me.
The Vespa traffic would increase a lot. By the way, I'm not mocking your Vespa. I want one myself.
Miss Wilson, if Todd can't come back to haunt people, he'll send his clone. Leprechaun TV with us.
Hello.
Peace out, brother. It's almost your holiday. Getting close.
Getting close.
Actually, a week from today, is it not?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh.
It is. St. Patrick's Day.
Leprechaun TV will be partying it up next week at this time. All right. Jim, Todd Duplicity.
There we go.
That's the new movie. All right. Good topic.
Good topic. Good start. Good start to the 1-year anniversary episode.
One trip around the sun of tomfoolery.
I want to remind you, visit our website. I'm on the wrong side, fellas, if you would.
Oh.
Visit our website, www.playerbyyearpodcast.com/support. And memberships support our work on the podcast. For more information, go to that area of the website. Again, our little menu at the top. If you go to the support page, you can investigate our memberships and our membership system. And once we get that new merch, members, you guys are going to be rewarded. Yes. Trust me on that. We do want to thank our members / Earbud Hall of Fame. That's what we call them. Joe Rocky, Christina Rocky, Chuck Griffin, Allison Chavis in the room with us. We just put her laughing emoji up. And Jessica Longacre. Thank all of you for your support of our podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Todd?
All right.
Your topic number 2.
So for the first time in our entire existence of this, podcast, I'm going to steal a topic of Eric's, and I thought we would do a little AITA, otherwise known as, gentlemen.
Am I the anus?
Okay.
Anus.
I was going to say asshole, but okay. It could be asshole, anus, or
anus.
Okay. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the way this works is I read the story. I read the little story, and you guys get to decide and debate about whether the person is an asshole.
And the audience also can chime in.
Yep. I, male 26, have been with my girlfriend, female 24, for 6 months now. Everything is great, and I love her a lot and all that. Last night, we were cuddling in bed after having a really great day together, and she asked me if she was the best girlfriend ever. I hesitated. And said, well, you're definitely up there.
Oh, man.
Well, of course she asked what I meant, and I explained that she was definitely in the top 3 of my favorite girlfriends, with room to move to the top.
I already have the answer for this guy.
I like the fact that he said, there's room to move. There's
room to grow here.
You got a ceiling for
You're highly
improvement,
skilled.
buddy.
You haven't
Needless to
reached
say,
accomplished.
a fight broke out, and she told all her friends, and they all think I'm a giant asshole. And now she wants to hang out with her girlfriends this weekend and have some space to think about things. I don't know. I was just trying to be honest, but I guess lying would have made her happier. She knows about my favorite girlfriends, but maybe not how close we truly were. Me and my ex had something special, something neither of us had experienced before, and something I'm not sure I will ever experience again. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, and we mutually ended things, but I will remember what we had forever. I just feel like lying and saying that she wasn't the best I've ever had wouldn't be fair to her or myself, honestly. So Reddit, am I the asshole for not lying and telling my current girlfriend that she isn't my best girlfriend ever?
Can I tell you how this guy probably looks when he talks? I'll show you like this. Well, one day I told my girlfriend, because there is not a bigger Anuse, not even a purposeful Anuse, but just a very clueless Anuse.
I kind of think, again, he started out bad, but he dug himself deeper with the whole there's room to move up, because that's, first off, if he's saying there's room to move up, then he's really saying that she's not the top of the top three, that she's the bottom of the top three, at least second, if not third. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
number 2. Yeah.
Eric, you're an administrator. Todd, you're a teacher. We've all been through it. Like, he basically just gave his girlfriend a developing. And now you can move to highly skilled or accomplished, but you got to do this first. Bad. Bad.
I don't know. I mean, you didn't have to get very far into this whole thing. I think we all agree here, and I think the audience agrees, judging from the comments I'll put up here in a moment. But to be as otherworldly clueless, to actually write to Reddit and give this whole scenario and still ask the question,
maybe
am I the Anuse?
Ooh.
And I understand, you're 20 whatever years old, and you think you know things, and you don't really know things, and yeah, it's just I don't know. It's there's no escape from the depths of anery that this guy has shown with that statement.
As far as the Anuse, he is the Anuse of one of those red-butted monkeys on a hot day on a rock. So,
all right, audience chimes in on this. And Lep got about as far as the story as we did before he put this comment. Ouch, Mayo is single now.
I miss it. Is the guy's name Mayo?
I don't know. It's a good name for him.
It is.
Joey, good line. She should appreciate the humor and opportunity to excel in the relationship.
Oh.
Mrs. Wilson with a very simple, he's just stupid. Indeed. Sarah does give him points for honesty, but an a-hole for sure. Indeed. And Jim, Otez 2.0, what an anus. So
I avoided that category.
We're all in agreement. Now, Joey has another thing. Each of the hosts should answer that question about their current spouses for full transparency. Oh, Joey.
We love you, man, but not that much. We love you, but there's some self-preservation here.
All
yes,
right.
My wife is the best girlfriend I ever had. No.
Do we want to go into another one for time's sake?
Please.
Or we want to, I mean, we can.
Yes.
I'm enjoying this conversation, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to read the next one, or I have like 4 in mind, and I'm trying to figure out which ones would be the funniest.
Well, I do want to put this question up first here. That's the wrong one here. Sarah did ask, when COVID is done, are you going on tour? Actually, we've talked about
Yes. India is in our sight.
We should tour all remaining Angelo's pizzas. It's kind
Angela
of a throwback.
or Angelo?
Angelo's. It's kind of a throwback to our Utes and a little nostalgia, and still love their pizzas. So I only know of 2, so
We
it'd be a
we
short
could
tour.
just hit all the buildings that used to house them, so we could do the Pizza Nut, the Pizza Pali, the Pizza Palace in Ripley, the Pizza Nut in Russellville. What was the name of the one in Sardinia back in the day? It was Angelo's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And Jim says, quick, plead the fifth. So, yes, I will plead the fifth. We will plead the fifth, and we will move on.
All right, next one. Bad. I can't remember, Eric. Do you usually read the title first?
I have.
Okay.
The title is
Yeah.
Hi,
Am I the asshole for telling my sister her body hair is ruining her dates? My sister, 22 female, and I, 26 female, both have there's a typo. There's a blur through it. Anyway, I'll just skip one. We have very thick dark body hair and facial hair that can honestly rival some men's. I personally choose to shave regularly because I can't stand how it looks and feels. My sister used to shave, but about a year ago decided she wanted to stop. Of course, I support her 100% and think she's beautiful. What she does with her body is her business. However, there is an issue. My sister uses old pictures of herself back when she was shaving on dating apps. This has led to a lot of problems in her romantic life. She often complains she never gets a second date, and sometimes people even leave mid-date. I think this is kind of her fault because she's being disingenuous about her appearance, which is a shitty thing to do. I've always bit my tongue and just supported her about this topic until recently. The other day, she was venting again about another failed date. She asked me why this keeps happening to her. I told her she should consider updating her profile pictures. She got defensive and asked why she would need to do that. I told her that it would probably help so people know that what she looks like, since she looks a lot different than when they were taken. She started getting extremely angry and said that a little body hair doesn't make that much of a difference, and the right person won't mind a little hair. Again, our body and facial hair is very thick and dark, and in my opinion, definitely makes a difference. When I don't shave, I get a full mustache and a beard, and my sister is the same. The people she's going on dates with aren't expecting her to show up with a full mustache and beard because her pictures show her clean shaven. I told her that she's beautiful, but she's giving people false expectations, which is why she's having bad luck dating. She should just be honest from the start, and the right one will come along. But she was infuriated and said I was being unsupportive. She has refused to talk to me since, and my family is now calling me an asshole, too, because they think I was shaming her. My sister even posted on social media that body hair is beautiful. The stigma attached to it is misogynistic. It sucks when your own family won't support you. Did I go wrong somewhere here? I love my sister and don't think body and facial hair is a bad thing at all, but I don't think it's right to basically catfish people and then blame them for not being interested and treating them like they're horrible people when you misled them. Am I the asshole?
I want to first begin with I was laughing not at people with this issue, but the scenarios are just going through my mind, and I was also laughing at Eric squirming also, and then he got to laughing and me laughing, so it was just like a
Now I'm looking at comments.
yeah. So, oh my, so if you want an answer, if you want me to wax a little bit, no pun intended, while you're reading the comment, didn't mean to do that. So,
oh, beautiful.
oh, you guys, I could have done that on purpose. I wouldn't have been that cool. That was a total an accident. And oh man. Anyway, so I feel really badly that they're in this situation. And it sounds like it would be difficult when people have different isms, you know, that. But at the same time, I think there is a little bit of dishonesty there. If I was doing dating apps and I said that, yes, I'm 6'4" and 260 of cut granite pecs and abs, and I came looking like me, they're probably going to leave mid-date. But I just kind of want her, like, if she holds out for the right guy, she will be the gorilla his dreams. um,
Oh man.
sorry, had to take the low hanging fruit, but yeah, but it's unfortunate. Now, who is the anus? Is both an acceptable answer, or do I have to pick one?
Both. I mean, it's an acceptable answer. I don't. I mean, here's the thing. If you can't have a conversation like that with your family, with your sister. I mean, I don't know that her sister's. I don't know. I don't know that either one of them. I'm going to say neither one of them are. It's I guess the opposite of both. But I think that if the girl chooses to grow a beard and a mustache and not tell people, she very well may get the reaction she's getting, but let her deal with them. And the other girl,
choice and
it's her choice.
consequences.
But I also don't think that. I mean, if our brothers and sisters can't have a conversation about something like that with this, then really who can?
Especially when you suffer from the same problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, if this were a friend or a stranger or something like that telling them, but I mean, it's,
Yeah.
good Lord, I can't begin to say on air all the things my brothers told me.
Oh, I'm sure Donnie was very PC about it too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because if anybody knows my brother, it's PC is his middle name.
Well, then I guess the other angle to this question, maybe the unintended angle, is the sister an ANUs for misrepresenting herself?
I think she's an ANUs to the people that she's misrepresenting more so than to her sister. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Miss Wilson just might have won the podcast, by the way.
I'm glad she said it.
We'll get to that. I'll go down the list here. Sarah, this can't be real. I wonder about the veracity of some of these things, but I don't know. Hard to say. Joey says this sounds like something we made up with loaded. No way a chick is rocking body hair like that. Jim says depend on if it's chest hair or not. Sarah says both are a-holes. And Miss Wilson says she is not, capital N-O-T, an a-hole. She tried to deal with it in a PC manner at the beginning. Isn't the sister catfishing with whiskers and all? Yes, indeed.
She's one of those yellow belly catfish, not even a nice channel cat here. That seems like something to say, but yeah, this one, and Todd, I totally see what you mean, because when I say they both, I think they both. It can be argued that both have degrees of anorexia, but I don't think in the same token that they're both being a-holes. But I do agree. I'm not trying to be Mr. Agreeable, but yes, the fact that she was catfishing and misrepresenting does kind of give her a little bit of stench of the bung there.
Well, and I think that
I had to talk about a bung at least.
Are we still talking about a bourbon barrel, Brady? Is that what you meant?
A bourbon barrel, yes.
Right.
All right.
A poorly aged one.
But, and I think Eric, I see now, like when you read these, sometimes you're not grasping it all as you're reading it. As I'm kind of reflecting on it, the sister with the beard is indeed complaining and asking the other sister what's wrong. She's asking for her input when she's asking, why am I not getting dates? Why am I not, why is this? So you can't ask and then.
It's the age old question. Never ask a question that you don't want to hear the answer to. Yeah. People can be PC and polite, but if you ask a question, you might get an answer you don't want to hear.
Exactly.
All right.
I got a shorter one this time. So, am I the asshole for making my mother-in-law cover her white dress with a sweater at my wedding? I got married Saturday, and my mother-in-law showed up in a white dress for some reasons beyond her control. She is currently 8.5 months pregnant, so it isn't like she had a bunch of options, and her foot got put in a boot ankle for an ankle injury a few days ago before the wedding, and said she couldn't walk walk right in the floor-length dress. Well, I try not to be a bridezilla because obviously I don't want her to trip when she's pregnant. But she showed up and immediately started screaming at me that this is the only dress she has, and if I don't like it, she will leave because she's sick of, quote, unquote, our shit, which she didn't elaborate on. I said that was fine, but I asked her to wear a sweater that my mom had to offset the white dress. Mother-in-law started to cry and said that I was being mean to her, and she doesn't want to look like a Sunday school teacher. We bickered over it, and she ended up putting the sweater on while she cried, but she came up to me during the reception and threw the sweater at me and said that her husband told her to take it off, and he is furious with me. My husband told her to just leave, so mother-in-law left, and her husband posted something snarky on social media. Of course, you got to have the the social media post afterwards about
Right.
imagine. There's some typos here, so I'm trying to read around them. About imagine being so insecure that you let some petty stuff ruin your wedding, and he predicts a divorce. So basically, this is the father-in-law's snarky post, is basically saying, imagine letting this kind of thing ruin your wedding, and he's predicting a divorce. Now no one is talking. I don't know if I overreacted because she wasn't wearing anything crazy like a wedding gown. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, the first thing I'm going to say here is there are a lot of hormones going on in this particular instance. You got a pregnant mother-in-law or stepmother or whatever. You got a bride on her wedding day. I mean, there's a lot going on there.
I have a lot of
lot of high emotion going on there.
Yeah.
So with emotions heightened as such, you people tend to fly off the handle a bit. Does she have the right to say? I assume, obviously, in her standing as a mother, stepmother, mother-in-law, whatever, she was a part of the ceremony. Henceforth,
it didn't say
the
that, but
bride-
I would assume that too as well. Yep.
henceforth, the bride probably should have a say as to what the people in her ceremony look like. So, with that being said, I don't think the bride is an ANUs.
Brady?
Oh, I gotta address the elephant in the room first. Isn't it a little weird that her mother-in-law is expecting? So, Dad must have married a much younger.
Well,
There
there were
there's
no
so much.
ages. There were no ages in this, but let's just say, that the girl is late teens, 20. And the mom could still be
Yeah.
mid to late 30s.
That's true. That's true. So, but after I got past that, I think this is a very unfortunate situation, and going with the information I have in Eric's perspective, that if the mother-in-law is in the wedding party, white could be a little bit problematic, and just a little bit of touch there would keep her, especially if mother-in-law is young and looks of marrying it. You know what I mean? Where there could be mistaken identity. So that throwing that wrinkle in there, it wasn't.
Well,
total,
she is 8.5 months pregnant, so she's probably going to be. I mean, I'm not being.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to mistake her for the. You know what I'm saying? You mistake an
never
identity
know.
for the bride. I mean, you never know. That's true, but I just.
Maybe
But-
the bride's pregnant too.
But maybe so. But I do have a comeback to that. I don't want to cut you off. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, go
Coach.
ahead.
Well, I was going to say, she said that it didn't look like a wedding gown, so I don't think there's any danger of it being mistaken for the bride. But here's my take on it. I teach my fourth graders when we're writing persuasive essays to not be wishy-washy in their argument. And this girl writing this is wishy-washy the entire time. The entire time she's writing it, she's saying it wasn't that bad, and I don't blame her. She really didn't have a choice. She didn't have anything else to wear, the whole time. So I think she feels like the asshole. So therefore, I mean, she
has designated herself as such.
She has designated. I mean, I can't remember verbatim what it said, but again, I know she said that she started right off the bat by saying that she had a very good reason for having to wear white. That's the only thing she had because of her being 8 months pregnant and her in a walking boot. And then there are 3 or 4 things like that where she's. So I don't think she's doing a very good job of persuading us that I don't think she's doing a very good job of persuading us that the mother-in-law was wrong, so therefore she looks like the asshole. If she's made a big deal out of this at the night of the wedding, and then after the fact, she's like, well, maybe I did go a little far with it. There wasn't really anything wrong with it. I do understand why, and things like that. So just she's not very persuasive.
She's not persuading anybody. I think if I was in the bride's position, I would be like, and as my mother-in-law, what a welcoming things like, I know you can't help it. Just go ahead and wear this. I don't care. I'm wearing, and of course I'm a man too. So, to me, I couldn't get worked up about that. So I'm having a hard time putting myself, in that bridezilla position. So, I'm going to say that really neither one of them are AITA, but I don't know. What's Sarah saying here? Maybe she can persuade me.
Well, we'll
take it to the audience. We're
first
three
of all,
guys.
Sarah,
We know very little about wedding dresses and wearing white to weddings and things like that. So
true. Sarah first said, back to the previous AITA, I'm on dating apps and there's much worse out there than extra hair. I'm sure. Jim says, sounds like a Jerry Springer episode.
It does.
In fact. Now, Sarah says, everyone knows not to wear white to weddings, so unless this wedding was just planned last week, she should have chosen a different dress to wear, but both are a-holes and a tad bit cray-cray.
Yeah, I was actually wondering that too, Sarah, about,
Well, there was no other dress available.
Yeah, and I didn't know, I didn't know how, it might have said how close to the wedding did the mother-in-law injure her foot. But again, I think the bride did a bad job of, she has that point right off the bat. Basically, I think she's trying to say, why didn't she pick something else to wear? But then she says, I understand she really didn't have anything else to wear. So she's kind of like letting her off the hook. The bride is. But yeah, I agree. I mean, didn't she have time to find something else? I mean, stop at the store on the way to the wedding.
Miss Wilson chimes in, I doubt mother-in-law would be in the wedding, but she probably was ushered last to her seat. Bride is being very anal. Why did mother-in-law have to wear a dress even? Anymore, people wear whatever they want.
And, if she wanted to wear a smart pantsuit to go over that walking boot, nobody would be upset,
Yeah. It's hard to get them over a walking boot, though.
Yeah, true. Like,
right,
what pantsuits are like.
I heard the time. You may do one more?
Go ahead.
All right. Am I the asshole if I don't want my girlfriend to bring her cat when she moves in? Safe to say that I'm a dog person.
I'm always going to plead the fifth on this.
I've always loved dogs and always had dogs, and my dog that I have now is my best bud. I love how social they are and how much they show love back to their humans, and that they are smart and trainable. I definitely do not like cats. Lots of people love them, and that's fine, but I personally do not even slightly see the appeal of taking care of an animal that doesn't give two shits if you live or die. And that takes an insane amount of training and effort to learn even basic commands, which they will only ever do if they feel like it. I can't count how many times I've been scratched or bitten by a cat for no other reason than I dared to go near it. So yeah, not a fan. My girlfriend and I have been dating for coming up on 1 year, and she is a 1 in a million girl. When we're apart, I often find myself just wanting to spend time together. She is wickedly funny. And what are you laughing about?
So this girl's not anywhere from first to third.
First,
in this guy.
She's 1 in a million.
She's 1 in a million.
Yeah. She's wickedly funny and always making me laugh out loud, and an amazing artist, and she has a cat.
Is this written by a fourth grader?
It is not a particularly bad cat or anything as far as cats go. Very average. But I'm so the opposite of a cat person that even average is bad. Have you ever hated someone so much that every little thing annoys you? That's what cats are like to me. And this cat is just everywhere when I'm hanging out at my girlfriend's apartment, jumping up and down from shelves, stepping on my crotch, kneading my leg with its paws, and most kneading KNEA, making biscuits on his leg, basically. You guys have seen cats do that. Most importantly, claws, yowling outside the bedroom door whenever I spend the night. My girlfriend, of course, loves him and doesn't see any flaws. I like how this guy's trying to get to the story, but he just keeps going off on cats. Once he starts talking about cats, he just can't. All of this wouldn't be a problem, but as I said, we're approaching 1 year, and I've been thinking about our future together. I can see myself marrying this girl, and I want her to move in with me, but I do not want to have a cat. I don't even know if my dog will get along with it, and I know I won't get along with it. I've tried to talk to my girlfriend about the issue, and she just turned stone effing cold. Hey, maybe a cat can live with your parents when we move in together. They're in the same city as us. No, we're a package deal, she says. I tried very calmly and rationally to explain to her the issue, and she outright said that I need to figure out what's more important to me because either they both move in with me, or we break up and stop wasting each other's time. Just full ultimatum and holding the relationship hostage. I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. If she's playing hardball, would it be an asshole move for me to play hardball right back and say that she can't move in until she rehomes that cat?
Meow.
Meow, meow.
A dramatic reading by Todd Griffin. I just got into that one for some reason. I felt that.
You did put a lot of feeling in it.
I felt it.
That was great, man. That's what I got to laughing about because, the dude's writing. She is smart. She is 1 in a million, but she has a cat.
Yeah, and then he just goes off on cats. That cracked me up. All right, gentlemen, have at it.
I have grown to be okay with cats. I never hated them, but I was allergic to them. So when the 2 kittens showed up in my front yard and was immediately adopted by my cat crazy daughter, who loved the idea of them. She had never even had a cat before. So I have come to recognize the differences, and for some reason I'm not allergic to them anymore. But
hang on, you never recognized the differences between cats and dogs until recently?
Well, no. I mean like the
appreciate the
difference.
Yes.
Okay, yes, appreciate. Gotcha. And I still prefer dogs, but it's a pretty jerk move. Well, knowing what I know about cats, it just sounds like this cat kind of likes him, but he just doesn't reciprocate. And, where he said, or it walks on him, because it wants petted. And nobody likes those cats flashing their pencil sharpener in your face when they're walking across your lap.
What is it about a cat that they have to feel like their day is a complete failure if they don't show you their sphincter?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm a cat. Great day. Look at my butthole.
Yeah,
and it's that simple. But this guy is taking it to a degree. He is kind of being an a-hole, because it is kind of a package deal. If some chick asked me to give up my dog just because as a power play, sorry.
Well, it sounds like that's what she is aiming to do.
Yeah.
So if you were on the other end of that, Brady, or maybe she hasn't said anything about the dog. Maybe, would she be fine with the dog?
Yeah, that's true.
Coexisting with her cat?
But that changes the story.
I wonder if there's another. I would like to read the opposite side on some of these, and another "Am I the Asshole" Reddit where she's telling a story about him not letting her cat come, but she hates his dog and things like that. So, go ahead, Eric. What's your opinion about this?
Well, I've lived this scenario. My wife is an avid cat lover. I am not.
You're not a lover of all things feline in nature.
Yeah. There was a time in our existence where her cats and I did battle from afar, and we came to an uneasy alliance, and now we
Now, damn it, Brady, you're going to make people think we planned this stuff ahead of time, but yeah.
For the benefit of our audio audience, Brady just brought out some new headphones that have cat ears on them, and I'm sure that
They are
those
not mine.
are all. And I was going to say, I'm sure those are all his. With that being said, as I was saying, we came to an uneasy alliance. We coexist. Oh, they even light up. That's special right there. We coexist. We have learned to live with one another. Even though my wife treats one of the cats, basically carries it around like a baby, and which, I don't get that whole thing, but she loves him, and I'm cool with that. So whatever. So yeah, I would say the guy's being kind of an anus, because if I can do it, he can do it.
There you go.
There you
that
go.
is so. I'm going to agree with both you guys that he is being an asshole, but I'm going to throw something else out there. He is spot on describing cats.
Yes.
He's not wrong. Everything he said is true. And, Brady mentioned that he's walking on you because he wants to BS. Cats don't just walk on you because they want petted. Cats will walk on you, make you think they want you to pet them, and then when you go to pet them, run off and act like you're the devil. The cats do not make sense.
You.
Yeah, or bite you. There's no rhyme, no reason to a cat's actions. But with all that being said,
I would venture to say the cat walked on his crotch on purpose.
Oh, yeah. But with all that being said, he's still an asshole.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's a package deal at that point, Now, hang on. There is one exception. If he is somehow allergic, which he didn't mention, so that's not even in this story, but I'm saying that would be the only... That would be the only acceptable.
But then the other question, sorry about that, but the other question is, how much does the dog play into this scenario? Is it just the fact that he has a dog and she has a cat? Does that make this, if he didn't have the dog, would his feelings still be the same? Or is he trying to defend his dog?
I think his feelings are that strongly, and he's actually using the dog as a crutch to try to, enable his decision making. Like to,
he's deflecting.
Yeah,
well,
he is.
Let me very quickly. I think this kind of, and I'm the same way, Eric. I kind of forget what happened earlier in the story, but I think this answers that when he starts out by saying, it's safe to say that I'm a dog person. I've always loved dogs and always had dogs, and my dog that I have now is my best bud. I love how social they are and how much they show love back to their humans, and that they are smart and trainable. His whole introduction paragraph is his love for dogs.
We owed to dogs.
Yes. So I definitely think the dog, whether he's admitting it or not, the dog is weighing heavy in this equation.
But he has a 1-paragraph ode to dogs and a 3-paragraph nay to cats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Requiem for a cat.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, audience. Sarah says, "Get over it. It's not like the girl has 6 kids, 2 snakes, and a hamster." Jim says, "Let the dog use the cat as a chew toy. Could be a solution to the problem." Miss Wilson says this should be a red flag to her that he won't compromise or considers what's important to her. Kicking to a cat-infested curb.
Yeah,
and she is coming with the
that got her dander up.
The angst tonight. And Howard has joined us. Hello, Howard.
Hey, Howard.
All right. So is that our last Am I the A News?
Sounds good to me.
All right, very good. All right. Well, again, we've been here for a year. This is our year anniversary, in case you were not here at the beginning. So we've been, and it's not just been the year here on the podcast. Obviously, we've been friends for a very long time. And in that time, we have, I don't want to say it's our own language, but there are certain terms that we use here on the podcast and in our conversations with one another. And you may come on and say, what in the world are they talking about? And use being one. These are all in our isms on our website. If you visit our website at www.playitbyyourpodcast.com, you can look at our isms, our glossary of terms. in our terminology that we use here on the podcast. By the way, I also want to take this opportunity to let everyone know, and I'll do so at the end too. We had a problem with our audio feed this week, and for some reason, everything retroed back to July or early August, and the episodes between early August and now were not showing. So some people may have felt Brady was one. He was looking at Spotify, I think he said, and nothing was there all the way back to August. And you thought it was something that you'd done on your end. No, it was our feed, which has been fixed. So all of our episodes are now visible on all of our platforms. So however you listen on an audio basis, you can find all the episodes there now. So episode 50 actually just became available on the audio end of things yesterday. So if you're looking to listen to that, it is now there.
All right. Also tonight, we earlier in the episode, we unveiled our new Play It By Ear podcast logo.
Yes, let me put that back up.
Yeah. Eric, can you put it up like to the side like we do when we share, or is that impossible?
Yeah, I can't move it right now.
Gotcha. I did put it on Facebook, my personal page, and shared it with you too. We can put it on our...
I have it on an overlay, but our names are wrong.
Gotcha. So anyway, down in the right, bottom right for them? Is it their right or our left or whatever? Is our new Play It By Ear podcast. Brady. Yeah, right
Even
below
his
Brady.
Name says Eric.
With our chin on it.
Silhouettes and a little more rounded logo. I think it'll look good on a T-shirt and a hat and some socks, whatever, in the future.
Yeah, whichever the guy in the middle is has some serious lightning bolts coming out of his head.
That's right. Yes.
Maybe his head smells.
I think Eric. I think you're the guy in the middle, Eric, as the hostess with the mostest. I know my wife said that. I should have asked Johnny to make one with a hair horn like I wear a lot. That would have been good to do with a silhouette. But either way, again, thank you, John Whitney, for putting that together for us. We've actually had this for a couple months now.
Yeah,
and
it's a state secret.
Yeah, we wanted to wait until our 1 year anniversary. So evolving, and
so all of our branding will be changing.
Yes,
putting that up tonight, probably.
Yes.
Brady.
Yes.
You're up.
All right. It's March Madness. It's high school basketball tournament season. And sometimes you're just watching, listing, and you just come across a high school nickname that kind of makes you go, Now, the reason this got on my radar is we were discussing a local high school that just had to change their name from Native American imagery, and they chose to replace it with a raptor, like from Jurassic Park. But the logo of the raptor is very cartoonish looking, and it looked like it drank too much Red Bull and was maybe, had intestinal distress and trying to find, the Jurassic restroom.
Not only that, but a raptor is a bird.
Yeah, it's not even a velociraptor. Toronto fell into the same trap, but it got me to thinking about a topic of an article I ran across is crazy high school mascot nicknames. Now, around our parts, we've got a lot of, Warriors and Mustangs and Rockets and, Warriors and Blue Jays and other fish and fowl with no fish, but some fowl. But I came across some that just makes you go, like what the heck? So prepare to laugh because these are amazing. So I'll start you off with Chinook High School from Chinook, Montana. And they are the Sugar Beaters. And it is an angry sugar beet. Eric, I think I sent you the link. If there's any way you could pull up the picture, but it looks like a sugar beet, and its legs are like mixers, like that you make cake batter with, and it's cranking its own mixing legs into a frothy cyclone. So go Sugar Beaters.
So it's the beaters, right? Like the mix. Is that what it is?
Beeters.
I thought, which would be
like a sugar beet.
Like a sugar beet. So why wouldn't they just have been the Sugar Beets?
Yeah, I know, because they're implying that somebody is beating the sugar beets, and it should be a Beaters as a beater, but it's a beat. Like, there you go.
Yeah, they got little mixers on their legs, like Brady said.
So not only are they ferocious, but they can make a smoothie.
The sugar. They got the sugar beet. I should have had Wilford Brimley as the mascot. Sugar.
Give the other team diabetes.
Diabetes. Makes them short.
Yeah, you're right. So they've basically tried to use everything they could about both beet BEET and beaters BEATER.
They just threw it all out.
And just threw it all together. Wow.
Yes.
Well, look at its arms. It's churning the mixers on its feet.
So it's coming after you. It is going to stir your batter good.
That looks like a failed He-Man Masters of the Universe B-Tor.
B-Tor, yes.
It does. It does. Oh my gosh.
So the sugar beaters are going to beat you into a frothy mess.
Diabetes, the good one, Howard.
Yes. It would have been the diabetes, according to Howard.
Oh, man.
Very good.
Then Wilford Brimley could have been the mascot.
Oh, gosh.
The fighting Brimleys.
The fighting Brimleys.
Miss Wilson says, a small consolidated district from where she's from, where the Gophers, my favorite cheer of theirs was. All my life, I wanted to be a gopher. Work.
Man, that one gnaws at you after a while.
Weren't the basketball team? Wasn't the basketball team in Teen Wolf the Gophers?
I mean,
were they the Golden Gophers or that's
the University of Minnesota? They're the Golden Gophers.
Golden Gophers. I got to look that up real quick and see what the Teen Wolf basketball team.
All right, I wasn't kidding when I say this list is hilarious. And the next one made me guffaw just when I read it. And in Cobden High School in Cobden, Illinois, they are the Apple Knockers.
Wait a minute, Brady. Let me put this up here first. The Sugar Beater human mascot.
Like the costumed one?
Like the costumed one, yes.
Let's see.
Kind of a small picture there.
Much more imposing looking than now. Daggone it! He should be wearing those braces or some kind of appliance on his legs.
He looks just as much like a carrot as anything.
He does.
That's what I was thinking. And there's more that scroll up when I scrolled, so there's more pictures of the human mascot there. But
by the way. I was wrong. The Teen Wolf basketball team was the Beavers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
a relative of the Gopher.
Yes. Oh man. So sorry. We left off with Apple Knockers.
Apple Knockers.
What was the name of the high school?
Cobden, Cobden, the Cobden High School Apple Knockers. And it comes from their years. There's a lot of apple orchards, and the people that worked there were hardworking apple knockers. They would knock them down to harvest them. So
they should have gone. It's Cobb, like COB, Cobden.
Yes,
like they should have been the corn knockers. The Cobden corn knockers. Now that's got alliteration. Cobden corn knockers. Who wouldn't be proud to be a Cobden corn? Wow.
Wow.
Does he have a tail?
That's what I thought. Or is that some kind of kerchief?
I think it's a kerchief in his back pocket.
Well, you got to shine the apple before you can knock it. Let that be a lesson.
Yes, you do.
That is the wisest thing I've ever said. Got to write that one down for the talk with the boy someday soon.
Somebody in Illinois is going to listen to this podcast, and that is going to end up in their yearbook as a quote
with a picture of Brady.
So, do you want to see something scarier here?
Sure.
The human apple knocker mascot.
Was that the sequel to the Human Centipede?
Got some googly eyes. Got that. The kerchief on the human is around his neck.
And they would probably put it around your neck. That's what they're implying. That the apple knocker will get you down and strangle you with that kerchief, which makes them imposing. Man. All right.
A couple comments here.
Oh, yeah.
Howard, you three were Sardinia zephyrs. A zephyr is a hot blowing wind.
Gentle breeze.
A gentle breeze. Not only a gentle breeze, but a westerly breeze.
We were basically a flatulent.
We were made to look like tornadoes, but it was actually, like you said, it was just mere flatulence coming from the west. Sarah said, it's a lady from the Harry story. Howard, apple knockers. Imagine the poor cheerleaders' uniforms and the fallout from that spelled on their front.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Now this is usually number one on many lists, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there because the awesomeness is awesome, as you will see. Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It's actually Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. Excuse me, Blooming Prairie High School, and they are the Awesome Blossoms. The Awesome Blossoms, which kind of looks like a pot leaf on steroids.
It would be cool if their mascot was TV's Blossom.
It would be. Maya and yeah. But the Awesome Blossoms. Good gosh, man.
I had a crush on Blossom when I was a Ute, and then I had a crush on her friend as well.
Six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just the name. I've never heard anybody named Six before.
Yeah, that was.
Didn't you also
cool.
have a crush on Punky Brewster?
Oh, that was my first ever. Like I was young. Which, by the way, Punky Brewster's coming back.
Yes, on the Peacock.
The Awesome Blossoms. Wow.
The Awesome Blossoms.
That is not very imposing.
No, it kind of looks very sphincter-like, actually.
It looks like a bemused sphincter.
Wow,
does.
Gentlemen. It's time for you all to see a doctor.
Okay.
If you have an awesome blossom, it's time to see a doctor.
If your sphincter resembles an awesome blossom like that, yeah.
Oh. Okay, Todd, you were clairvoyant and didn't even know it. But Hoopeston Area High School in Hoopeston, Illinois, they are the corn jerkers. So one day when the apple knockers played the corn jerkers, there was a lot of fruit vegetable chaos that day.
So you know how I don't mean to go down a rabbit hole, Eric, that's going to get Eric all pissed off, because I'm going to talk about school uniforms. But I can't imagine. Do you think they have a uniform where it just says jerkers across the across the jersey, because they always have the shortened version?
Or like, the textured looking uniforms are a thing. So all down the side, it'll look like a corn on the cob all the way down the side.
Yeah. Wow. Is that a Flintstone?
I was going to say, it looks like Elvis as corn. Which is a
it is
I
corn.
never thought I would say.
I see it's corn. I didn't realize it was corn before.
On top is the hair.
Well, let's be honest.
He's a half shucked corn cob.
Yeah. But let's be honest. If you were near corn and you had arms and a leg, I'm pretty sure your arms and a leg would look exactly like your corn body. You can't have a corn torso, a corn midriff, and a corn top and not have corn legs and corn arms. They're too smooth. Where are the kernels?
There's some kernels there. It looks more like zits or something.
Yeah, but not on his legs and his
Well, that's true.
It looks like
smooth.
It looks like his cob has been jerked asunder from the stalk and the kernels have been removed.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any. He should have corns on his toes. It's like he might have a couple bunions.
Actually, it looks like it might have been ate by livestock of some kind.
So here's the ultimate question, Joe Pilger, if you're still in the room here. I mean, what is it with all these Illinois? I mean, it's 2 Illinois.
Three.
Three. Well, 3 Illinois.
Well, the next one's from Illinois, and it's not as funny. It's just stupid. And I don't want to cast aspersions on any school that won the state boys and girls basketball title the same year. But in Teutopolis, Illinois, their mascot is the wooden shoes.
Okay, before we go ahead with the wooden shoes, again, I'd like to put forward the human mascot versions of these different.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Was
share
there
this
one?
up here. Yeah, the corn jerkers.
By the way, I like the 3 screens like this better than I like them side by side.
Yes. I feel like the Brady Bunch where I could just go.
Did I look the right way, Brady?
Yes.
We have a male corn jerker human mascot and a female corn jerker human mascot.
How do you know which one's which?
The tassel.
One has the lips right there.
Oh.
The
Oh,
lipstick
I
lip.
thought that was just its kerchief. I couldn't tell there were lips on it. You can't
Well,
blow that up.
Well, and I assume that these are 2 corn jerkers with masks on for COVID world. So you had to differentiate betwixt the female lady corn jerker and the male corn jerker by putting the lips on the mask. But as you can see from this picture down below here, that the body of the corn jerker does indeed have kernels all the way down. So
Yeah, but then again, smooth arms and legs.
My kernels go down to a luscious V.
How do you? That is just a weird mascot. That is,
Yeah.
wow.
So
People should be fighting to change those mascot names.
a couple comments for you on Brady. Your mother is in the room. Welcome, Linda.
Hello, Miss Liming.
She says her brother would tease her nieces and tell them that zephyrs were a little puff of wind or a little fart. Yes,
We were mighty farts.
Yes, we were. We stank.
Stank, stunk.
Stunkin'.
Howard said the kernels are well. Use your imagination.
Like
Miss Wilson, Eastern Kentucky University. That's where the kernels are.
Can you imagine the pickup lines between the female corn jerker and the male jerker? It's like, oh, honey, you're hot. I'm about ready to pop right here. And, geez.
So Jim asked, now who is the cornhole?
Oh, good
Howard
gosh.
says you can tell the male and female by the placement of the kernels. On the
Oh. So, corn jerkers is getting a lot of mileage. Wooden shoes was just stupid. So we could go on from that. Like, how non-imposing is the wooden shoes?
Well, tell me the name of that high school gang.
Teutopolis.
Yeah. I was looking for
T-E-U-T,
a.
like Teutopolis.
I was trying to figure out a way to squeeze in a "they don't give a shuck" joke, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do it.
Oh man,
Is that the last one, the Teutopolis, or was that the Cornhuskers or the Corn?
oh no, the Teutopolis was the last one. The corn jerkers were in.
That I got you.
Yeah, they should have been in Cobston, like you said earlier. But while he's trying to find some wooden shoes, I'm sure there's no human wooden shoe. There can't be. There they are.
Not a
Wow.
human, but
That's terrible.
in
They
case
should
you
make
didn't
their-
know what that was.
They should make every athlete on that team wear wooden shoes to play in.
That would be good.
We will give you plantar fasciitis. We will give you. But anyway,
So back to the corn jerkers.
Of course.
I guess you would have to win, wouldn't you? Lest you be just given all kinds of grief because of your nickname. You'd have to be good, right?
you better
I
be.
think so.
You better be.
Have to be silky smooth. I got dad jokes too, Brady.
Yeah, there we go. Now this one's weird, but it's kind of cool. And it's the Kakana High School in Kakana, Wisconsin. They are the Galloping Ghosts.
Okay, spell that.
So goats or
K-A-U.
ghosts?
Ghosts, as in
Ghosts.
Casper the Friendly.
So then I'm assuming they were once live horses. If they're
that
galloping,
or they are specters on horseback.
Yeah, either way, the ghosts don't gallop, nor skip,
Yes.
nor do they skip.
Yes, a skipping ghost would not be very imposing.
Oh, but
Have
now,
you seen the I'm a snake guy?
I'm a snake.
Yeah, that would be the skipping ghost.
I'm a skipping ghost.
so you can determine as to what that ghost is doing there. I don't know if that's a gallop or
It looks like he's moshing or he's angry.
Does he have a tail?
No, that's his bed sheet, if you will.
But like, what? Yeah, is it just pointed that way because he's fixing to take off, and it's
He's
an action
running.
shot?
Yes, it's an action because they're going to gallop across the goal or fast break. I think they're implying action for sport glory.
Gosh, that is not a very good drawn ghost.
no.
Not a very
No, it's
well
not.
drawn. That wasn't a very well said word. That wasn't a very well drawn ghost, is what I should have said. But that looks like that somebody let their youngster draw it.
Not too far away from us.
We're gonna make somebody mad here. Somebody from one of
are.
these schools is going to hear about this, and we're going to end up.
We're getting close to that point because
Well,
we're
how
getting
about-
closer to home.
That's
Now,
a
that's scary as heck.
That is scary right there.
Yeah, that looks
looks
much
like
better.
Skeletor.
That looks
So-
imposing.
So the ghost
Yeah.
is on a horse, hence
Yeah.
the galloping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
galloping
that's much
ghosts.
better.
They're evil,
Evil.
like the fruits of the devil.
Yeah, a couple
About-
of comments here,
Oh.
Brady. Back to the wooden shoes, Miss Wilson. We will clog you. Howard says it's really bad when the two topless wooden shoes play the Toontown Termites.
You are an alliteration hero, Howard. I like it.
Oh,
The two-town termites.
not too far away from us. It was very close to where my sister and brother-in-law lived in West Virginia. POCA, polka, and you could guess what they are.
Pontus.
The polka
The-
dots.
Oh.
That's real, and that doesn't mean.
How are you a pattern? How is a pattern a mascot?
Well, this one is a little.
I mean, how-
actually, it looks like a red urinal puck that's angry.
It's literally. But
Here
I
it
mean, I
is.
get the mascot. I get how you make a mascot out of it. But again, how is your mascot a pattern? I mean, you might as well
Well-
be the stripes or the zigzags or the.
Well, Piketon High School is the red streaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your
But-
polka dots.
Is that is very similar to the Snappy Tomato Pizza logo and lettering.
Yeah. It does look like an angry mater.
So there's another
Good
polka dot.
gosh.
Whoa.
That's when it's on
pretty
the
scary.
sauce.
Like his very cut arms are coming out the side of its head. Of course, like
Big
maybe
Papa
his whole
Dot.
body is a head as a dot.
But
Man.
a dot is flat. A dot isn't dimensional.
I didn't understand that.
So how? I said a dot is dimensional.
Yes, Google's talking to you.
Google, you heard me. A dot can't have dimensions. So the last one you showed, Eric. Go back to the other one, Eric. That is a disc right there. It's a puck. That's a puck, and the one before that was just an angry
The
an
polka
angry
pucks.
ball. No, the strong one, the real.
Oh, there
That's
you
a
go.
ball. That's just an angry ball. They should be the polka height balls.
Pokeballs.
Oh gosh.
Their mascot should just be a twister board or a twister mat.
Yeah, that would be great.
So you suffocate the other team with the twister mat.
We will dislocate your hip by making you go
Right
Anyway.
foot blue.
Nice
Yes.
try, Brady.
right foot blue.
That was almost as
Right
bad as
foot
Eric's.
blue.
I was going to say I caught crap for that, and you were just getting ready to gloss over it.
No, I was you drew me back in, Eric. Way to go.
Absolutely.
No matter
In-
how hungry we
In
are.
Yuba City, California, the Yuba City High School Honkers.
Are they ducks? Or are they
Geese.
noses?
Duck, duck, goose. Nah,
They should just be giant noses.
Did you say Yuma?
Yuba, Yuba. And Todd, I know we're going quickly. Eric's going to try to pull up a honker, but while he's trying, please don't turn us off when I say that. Eric,
watch Eric now. He's going to try to pull up a honker. He did it. He pulled up a honker.
he did. Oh, good.
That was a hell of a honker, Eric.
Great honker. But so Eric, if you're having a hard time,
I don't even know where to go with that.
Yeah,
the euphemisms are all over the place.
There's your honk.
Mallard.
Basically, it's just a duck neck with arms and legs.
Yeah,
There's no duck body
and orange feet. But okay, this one, Todd, is your dream mascot.
Okay.
So Eric, Frankfort, as in Frankfort, Frankfort High School in Frankfort, Indiana. They're the hot dogs. Now, when you see their logo, you will understand why Todd will have an affinity for them. So Frankfort High School hot dogs, here you go.
I will also give you a little more context on the Frankfort High School hot dogs. The court that was used in Blue Chips was Frankfort.
God.
Somebody always had another name for that movie. What is that?
See if this helps. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's a wiener dog.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, my goodness. That is the best mascot ever. Hey, I'm going to tell you, pound for pound, that's a fierce animal.
It looks like it.
That is awesome. I want.
Or that.
That's the hot dog handles.
Oh man,
that is awesome,
one, man. That's just
tell me that's not fierce right there.
I want it.
It looks sarcastic.
Can you buy? I wonder if that school. Wonder if you can buy merchandise of theirs.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I got to get one of those.
Okay.
Couple comments, Brady.
Oh, sure.
Howard says the polka dots mascot should be a pair of dice.
Yeah, that would work.
And
no dice.
No dice. Sarah says candy dots have dimension.
I stand corrected.
Jim says if you were a dot, you'd be pissed off too.
But let's be honest, they're really candy balls. They're just called dots.
Howard says Frankfurt hot dogs, they should be the Frankfurters.
They could just be the ERS. It's the ERSs, the Frankfurters. That'd be to the point. And I know we're kind of getting low on time, but I will tell you the mascot that gave me nightmares when I was looking over this list. Good gosh, I can't even look at it. David Henry Hickman High School in Columbia, Missouri are the Cupies. As in Cupid dolls. It was something that you won. It was like a gag. Like if you were at the fair and did like a carnival thing, if you won a Cupid doll, there was a bunch of them and they were collectible. But the mascot is the thing of freaking nightmares.
Oh my! Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
The Hickman Cupies.
Wow. The Hickman Cupies. And that is just awful and terrified.
Like a naked baby doll.
God, gosh.
How is that not?
Yeah, every pedophile in Missouri is going to be coming to their games just based on their logo. That's awful.
What is that there was one of them standing beside someone, Eric. There's another one there. That is creepy. Look at that black and white one there. Can you click on this? No, it's like 2 over from that one. I'm not sure where you're clicking, but it's like a black and white picture, a photo. It's an actual photograph. There. Good gosh.
If that was coming down the hallway when I was a Ute and that thing came around the corner, I'd be buried right now. I would have been dead.
Now tell me what that looks like with that little thing on its head.
Jigsaw.
No.
A boob?
No, yeah. Yeah, it does.
It looks like a what? Oh god, gosh, it does.
Like a right side up boob.
Like a nipple?
Something like that, yeah.
That's horrible.
With hair on it.
Harkening back to our previous. In one of the dumber ones, no need to look up but in Polo Community High School in Polo, Illinois, it's always about Illinois. They are the Polo Marcos.
What's is their mascot just a?
It is literally Marco Polo's head.
Marco Polo, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
There and now there's a couple local ones that are classic. Crooksville High School in Crooksville, Ohio, are the Ceramics.
Eric, what have you stumbled across there, Eric?
That's the Polo Marcos.
Okay, well, I just saw
Looks
a bunch
like
of
Genghis Khan.
half-naked people. It's real small on my screen, and there were
I was going to say
swim teams.
Apparently they're proficient in swimming, but
now, Todd.
it's a water polo here. That's why that all came up. I just put a Polo High School, so high school water polo teams also came up in the images as well.
Gotcha.
So at the aquatic center, do they play Polo Marco instead?
All right.
The Marco Polo looked like his mustache went clean up into his nostril holes. It wasn't a very realistic looking mustache.
No.
It was not.
I got comments here. Howard goes back to the Frankfurters. That dog's head looks like a modified drawing of a uterus and fallopian tubes. I didn't see that, but
great. Now I'm not going to be able to look at my wiener dog's face ever again without thinking of that.
Miss Wilson said there used to be a Kewpie restaurant chain. Maybe that has to do with what the mascot of the high school is. Sarah says, why? Who thought that was a good idea as far as the Kewpies?
Agreed.
Jim asked, okay, what are you, 12?
Which one?
I think it was aimed at Eric.
Well, pretty much.
For asking what the doll head looked like.
Yeah. Miss Wilson, the Polo Marcos always had to have away games because no one could find them. He's on fire.
Mrs. Wilson is yes, very much.
In
Fuego.
She's the MVP of this episode for sure.
She is. Sarah, you're bringing a great game tonight too.
Everybody is, yes.
Yeah. So the Crooksville Ceramics.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Ceramics, like.
Yeah, there was a ceramic factory in their town, so they're the Ceramics. I was like, ooh, we will put you.
We will be, but don't get too close because we're fragile.
Yes. Yes.
What's their mascot, Eric?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up here.
Just
a man at a, what do you call it?
Kiln.
Spinny thing. That's not the kiln though. The kiln is where you cook it, right?
I don't even. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about ceramics.
But there's also a shirt that says "kiln" on it.
Do they have a live mascot?
So what do they say after they beat people? You have come to Crooksville and you have been killed.
Oh man!
Do they have a live mascot? Is there a person that just sits there and makes pottery over at in the sideline?
Most kids in that school probably get suspended for making pot. Anyway, go Ceramics.
I don't see a human mascot there.
You can't really have one. It has to be one of those mascots that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't match the team like the Supersonics were always the Sasquatch.
Right.
Yeah. It just can't fit, and just kind of ended up, in Columbus East High School. They are the Tar Blooders.
Ugh.
I know, it's pretty fearsome. It's got something to do about the railroads and the asphalt industry up there. So they did it. The people worked there so much they had tar going through their veins. So they are the Tar Blooders, which is fine until it went to their heels, and then they had to move to North Carolina. So I hope you all enjoyed that ludicrous I didn't even get to the one in Arkansas that there were the Wampus cats. So
Wampus cat.
I don't know. Is it coming up, Eric?
I got to show the tar blooders first.
Oh, is it a large muscular individual with like a?
It's like a rock'em sock'em robot.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, it's Glenville. I thought it was Columbus East.
So once a tar blooder, always a tar blooder. So
Absolutely.
which are those just different variations of the tar blooder over the years? Is like the one on the far left, the like original tar blooder?
The one on the left
tar
looks
blooder.
like the Tin Woodman from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And they kind of turned into a rock'em sock'em robot.
Never in my life.
Every time.
Never in my life have I heard that called the Tin Woodman until Eric, and it's 2 episodes in a row. It's the Tinman, not the Tin Woodman.
Tin Woodman. He's a Tin Woodman. Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh. I was looking at some comments here.
I'm going to look up Tin Woodman, and I'm going to put an image up.
Well, you never got to the Wampus cats either. Because is a Wampus cat a type of cat?
Well, I know things are cattywampus, but this is a wampus cat.
Tin Woodman, right there.
I know. I don't.
Wizard of Oz.
I know. Look
I
right
know
there.
that.
Look, no, stay right there. The Tin Man, not the Tin Woodman.
If you walked up to was it Alex Haley?
What's he
Or
holding?
Bill Haley, whatever
His heart.
Haley he was,
On his heart.
he would not say, I played the Tin Woodman. He would say, I'm the Tin Man.
Yeah, I have never heard it called that. I live with a Wizard of Oz expert, so I'm going to ask her when this episode's over if he's ever called the Tin Woodman. Don't get me wrong, I like it.
The book by L. Frank Baum, The Tin Woodman of Oz.
But there's 2 of them. Maybe the Tin Woodman's the other one beside the Tin Man.
It should be spelled Ian Woodman if there are 2 of them.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway.
Wampus cats, right?
Gotta pull up a wampus cat. But while he's pulling up a wampus cat, like I said, there are just pulling up a wampus
That
cat.
sounds like somebody like maybe losing their. Well, he really pulled up a Wampus cat last night.
He had intestinal distress.
Now,
Oh,
this,
man.
A lot of good Wampus cat were killed last night.
here's a Wampus cat. It's an actual animal.
That's
Oh.
not
Actual
even
animal.
real. It's got 6 legs.
What?
It's got 6 legs. Look at what the shit. That is not a real animal.
Maybe it was too close to the nuclear reactor. That's why
Why would you name your school after that?
they were full of wampus. Good gosh, it's even on their statuary. It's like creepy.
Look at that. Look at that.
Gosh,
wow.
that's terrifying.
Well, no wonder it's angry because it can't get out of its own way with all those legs.
Man, I bet that they could wreak havoc on a litter box.
Because of the terrible ferocity of this deadly creature, very few people have seen it and lived to tell the truth.
Yeah, because there's no
Yeah.
such thing.
The beast
with all
that
those
moves with the velocity of a cheetah. It is a cross between a wildcat, the badger, and a lobo wolf.
And a
Wait.
wump.
So,
And it got the legs of every one of them.
but in some of those
Made
pictures, it
up.
doesn't have 6 legs. Like, there's a couple where it doesn't have 6. That's made up.
Usually encountered near the center of some dark, dismal swamp, frequently by hunters who have been misled on their way to camp.
Wouldn't
But
that
if-
be a
but if-
swampus cat?
If you listen real close at night, you can hear it cursing every 30 seconds as it stubs another toe
Oh man.
and steps on its kids' Legos.
Oh gosh. So hope you guys had fun with that one.
Couple more comments. Howard says their live mascots are middle-aged women making ashtrays and Virgin Mary statues as far as the Crooksville ceramics.
Oh.
And Jim says, isn't there a high school up north that they're the Fighting Scallions?
Wow.
Like north in Ohio?
I hear their
I've
team
heard that.
stinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate
sorry.
a scallion. No scallions in my potato.
Well, there's scallions and chives. Are they similar?
I don't mind. I don't mind chives. I don't like. They might be the same thing, but I have in my head. I don't like scallions.
All right.
Oh,
Howard says the Wampus cat was one of the monsters on Mountain Monsters. So whether it was real or not, was that
West Virginia,
some sort of
mountain monsters.
some
Wampus
sort of
cat,
urban legend or something?
walk me home.
With your
All
6
right.
legs.
Once again, as we close this episode 51 out, our 1-year anniversary, please visit our website, www.playitbyyearpodcast.com. Register for our email list. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage, you can put your email address in and you can get our newsletter. We have, I think, 17 or 18 email addresses on there right now, but please register with us and you can get that email newsletter.
If you register tonight or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us. Do we know, Eric, when somebody subscribes to it? Do we get an email notification?
Yeah.
I was going to say, let us know, and we will send each person a picture of Brady's foot.
Is that supposed to be an incentive?
Well, you got to see it. You got to see it. Brady, do you have it ready in case? Because I hope we have some takers on this.
Yeah, I've got it where I could. Yes, I can
now
retrieve it.
Yeah, you will maybe vomit on your shoes when you see it, but at least you won't be peeing your pants in public.
There you go.
That's true.
All right, Sarah leaves us with a happy anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Always good to have you.
Thank you, James. And can we thank everybody that's been with us here for a year now? Gentlemen, it doesn't seem possible. 51 episodes and a year later, here we are, waxing philosophically on all these important topics like Wampus cats and, all that kind of stuff. Whoever would have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, and Sarah did bring up that question. Are we planning on going on tour? Yes. I'd love to do this live.
I would too.
Yeah. Sarah had another good question.
Can I unsubscribe? If you subscribe, you're there forever.
Well, Sarah has seen my foot when she's at the pool at Lake Winoka with her ute, and I'm there with my ute.
Not that picture when you had just
not the zombie
it from
foot.
From the bowels of hell. Still had worms and dirt all over it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the same skin color as Faker of Masters of the Universe villain. Fakor, yeah.
All right, guys. Gentlemen, great show. Thank you very much, all. And we'll see you next week. I think next week we're not doing Wednesday next week. So I believe it'll be Tuesday next week.
Next week. Correct.
All right, so join us on Tuesday for episode 52 of the Play It By Ear podcast.
Whoa.
What?
Just thought of something, but never mind. It's a different. I'll talk to you guys afterwards.
All right.
We have an interview coming up at some point, and I was panicking, thinking that it was that night. It's not that night, though.
That's not
my bad. Okay, sorry.
With Oprah.
Yes,
right.
We are next on Oprah.
All right, take us out, Todd.
Peace, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.